Hello and welcome to our show Baatcheet. I am Pratiksha Singh and today we are accompanied by a former journalist and former politician from Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Ashutosh. You are welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you.
So apparently last few months have been a great havoc to the whole globe. Like after post-World War II, coronavirus has been the greatest threat to the human race. Now India remains no exception in this. So sir, our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has been witnessed doing a lot for this thing, be it from locking the whole nation down since the beginning of the increment of cases, or be it by warning people about the measures to be taken for the prevention of the same by social distancing and other stuff, and by motivating people through clapping and lightning. Still, the increment of cases haven't stopped. So where do you think the government lacks in this?
Firstly, I do not agree with you that the government has done enough, and there are several reasons. First of all, the whole world knew that in month of December there was a corona crisis in Wuhan, and India got first patient on 30th January, but we did nothing. We were busy with elections. We were busy with celebrating Mr. Donald Trump in Ahmedabad, and no measure, no action was taken. And finally we woke up on 17th of March and we said let's have a Janta curfew. It was such a casual approach. Then finally on 24th, suddenly without giving any notice to the nation, he imposed lockdown. There was no preparation at all. You compare with the South Korea, you compare with the Vietnam, even you compare with the Kerala in India. All these places, they took steps much before the time. Kerala took a step something around in the month of December and January. Look at their numbers. South Korea was propagated as the world model for the entire world. And Vietnam till now, I think there's hardly 1 or 2 deaths, and they're successfully contained. And we imposed lockdown, and our Prime Minister said that just give us 21 days. That shows that he has no idea what the corona is, how much havoc it can spread, and what kind of the pandemic we are facing. And after 21 days, today we have opened our society. We have opened our lockdown, and just today only there are more than 10,000 cases, and people are dying. So when there was very few cases, few hundred cases, then you put the lockdown strictly. And when there is exponential growth in the corona, we are opening the lockdown. So that shows the government has no idea. They have not beefed up the medical infrastructure. They have not taken the nation in the confidence. It has created so much miseries for the migrant workers. The whole world has seen. So they have completely failed.
But a few BJP leaders, they say that even a day of delay of lockdown would have created a bigger chaos than it already is. Like I talked to Mr. Manoj Tiwari, he said that Modi should be given a Nobel Prize for this lockdown thing. What is your say on this?
I will not say that what Mr. Manoj Tiwari is saying. The whole world is knowing. Today India is the top 4 nation in the world. Top 4 nation in the world. Should we celebrate this?
No,
when more than 300 people are dying on a daily basis, should we celebrate this?
Not at all.
Should the Prime Minister be given Nobel Prize? So when there were only 200, 300, 400, 500 people around, you put lockdown. How much time you had given? Just 4-hour notice. Think about those people who are working on a daily basis. Suddenly they realize the next day there will be no earning for them. So you had seen first time since 1947, the thousands and thousands of people are walking back. Who is responsible for this? Did Mr. Prime Minister take the responsibility? Will he take the responsibility? These people like Manoj Tiwari, they are the chamchas and the sycophants, and it is because of them that the country has reached to this position. I am asking a simple question. Today, India is the top 4 country among the corona patients. Who is responsible for this? Why Vietnam has shown negligible corona patients? Why Kerala has shown little corona patients? Why South Korea has shown tremendous control over the corona? Why the Taiwan has shown this? Why we failed? Today we are ahead of Spain. Today we are ahead of Italy. Today we are ahead of Britain. All 3 countries who initially were thought to be the den for the corona patients across the world. Today we are just behind what? USA, Brazil, and third I'm forgetting the name. So fourth one, Russia. So we are competing with to become a corona superpower. That India will be a corona superpower.
So talking about Delhi, Mr. Kejriwal has been seen doing he has claimed as well that a lot of work has been done in Delhi to avoid corona, be it from providing medical facilities to providing food and clothes to the laborers and the people who earn on a daily wages. So, but still, laborers and the people who work on daily wages, they found the need to go back to their homes. They are walking back from Delhi to their homes in Bihar, in Madhya Pradesh and everywhere. So, where do you think the Delhi government is lacking?
The same thing, same story. Where Mr. Modi fumbled, similarly Mr. Arvind Kejriwal also fumbled. See, it's easy to blame these migrant workers. If they had been provided daily earnings, if they had been provided shelters, if they had been provided food, why somebody will leave his or her job and go back? Why somebody will walk thousands of kilometers? Can you walk? Can you walk 10 kilometers? Can you walk 10 kilometers putting their kids on their shoulders and then a lot of other things and walking? Is it not inhuman? Is it not? Does it not signify that these government have failed miserably? They failed these people. They were only, that means they had no idea about the corona and pandemic.
But then they say that they are already providing people with.
They are lying.
So it's like they have been posting stuffs and.
They are lying. I'm saying they are lying. If they had provided and they had provided successfully, why will somebody move? I will move out of this house. I'll go to my original places. If I will realize that I will not survive here, I will not survive it physically, and I might lead to death. So I'll say, instead of dying here, I'll go back to my parents' place. If I'm here for the last so many years because I got a decent earning, I got a house, I got a family, and there is no threat. These poor chaps, the state completely failed them, governments completely failed them, and they had done great havoc to their life.
But talking about government, sir, like people have been migrating from urban cities to back to their homes. Now, if a laborer is traveling from Delhi to say Bihar or Ranchi or Jharkhand, anywhere, so he crosses 4 states. What a normal layman sees that 4 states, 4 different parties, 4 different governments. What the governments are doing here is they are playing a blame game. They are just blaming each other on that. No one is ready to take the whole responsibility of migrating the people back to their homes. What is your say on this? Like, who should be really responsible? Don't you think that center should take it?
Modi government is solely responsible. If states were not behaving, it was responsibility of the Prime Minister and the central government to coordinate, talk to these chief ministers and formulate a national policy. Migrant workers is not a state-specific problem. It's a national problem. So it is the responsibility of the central government to coordinate. Have you seen in any other country other than India? Any other? Give me one specific name. Any other country where there is such a migrant problems? Have you seen in USA? Have you seen in France? Have you seen in Britain, Taiwan, South Korea? Have you seen this? No. This is India's specific problem. So if this is an India-specific problem, that means the other governments in other countries would have done something so that they managed not to let the migrant workers move from one place to another place. In India, people moved, people migrated. Somewhere the failing lies. So who is to be responsible? It's easy to talk about that Modi should be given the Nobel Prize. What rubbish! They should be ashamed of saying something. These leaders, they should be ashamed. They should hang their head somewhere down the line. It's not, this country will not be run on the basis of what is run on the WhatsApps or the misinformation campaign which they are doing. They failed this country and they should be made responsible and accountable for this.
Now talking about Sonu Sood, it's like people have been saying that if an actor like Sonu Sood can do these stuffs, can actually provide bus and trains and even flight facilities for the migrating laborers, why can't the governments do this?
That's exactly my point.
Whereas the governments are saying that they need special permissions and something that Sonu has been provided, but then we talk about Maharashtra. They are saying that Maharashtra government is not ready to give the permissions and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. If a private citizen can do something like this, the government can't do.
Yeah.
All these government, I'm telling you, they should be ashamed of the way they behaved during the lockdown. They should be, if they have an iota of a moral soul somewhere, they should have resigned by now.
Also talking about Tablighi Jamaat, sir, because Tablighi Jamaat has been seen as the center of the corona cases increment. It said that in the beginning 30% of the cases came out of Tablighi Jamaat as well. I mean, there are various other Sikhs and Hindu groups as well who have actually formed a group, and they have been accumulated at a place. But then they accept the fact and they apologize and they are ready to support the government. Whereas the Tablighi Jamaat is being seen, they have been instead challenging the government instead.
Where Tablighi Jamaat is challenged? From where you got the information?
Like this is no on media as well, that people.
Which media source? Tablighi Jamaat. First of all, it's wrong on the part of the government to communalize the entire thing. It's not that only the Tablighi Jamaats they were congregated at one place. If at all Tablighi Jamaats congregated at one place, they did certain stupidities. There is no doubt about it. But in this country, nobody can congregate more than 4 and 5 unless they have a permission from the government. So who had given the permission in Delhi? Central government, because the law and order comes under the central government. Who is responsible for that? Amit Shah, who is the home minister. So if there was a congregation, somebody would have given the permission. So who had given the permission? Central government has given the permission. Let's forget that. Once the congregation was over, why they were allowed to stay there? The government to see that where such people as when the corona is happening.
Yeah, in fact.
Then when the lockdown was imposed, was it not the responsibility of the nearest police station to ask these people to disperse or to organize a quarantine centers around? They did not. On 28th, the National Security Advisor, NSA, is going and talking to them. Can there be a bigger failing than this? What was the police commissioner doing? What was the DCP doing? What the joint CP was doing? So first of all, they had given the permission. Now they are trying to find an easy answer for their failings. So they are blaming Tablighi Jamaat. Tablighi, lot of misinformation campaign has been done. I'm not saying that they have not done anything. They have done the most idiotic thing, most stupid thing. They have done it. But to blame only them for the spread of the corona is something which it smacks of a kind of mischief on the part of the government. Government for the few days, they are holding a press conference and they are saying a special category of Tablighi Jamaat, where they are not communalizing the entire corona thing. Where they should, where were they? And then, like, there are n number of cases. Why Shivraj Singh Chauhan, when he became the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, he was seen organizing a get-together. There is no social distancing norm followed over there. So if Tablighi Jamaat is to be responsible, Shivraj Singh Chauhan is also to be responsible. Lot of religious get-together happened in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh and other places also. Many BJP leaders and MLAs and MP did it. So it's easy to point out Tablighi Jamaat because you want to target a particular community and you want to find an easy excuse. And this, let me also tell you, it is Tablighi Jamaat people who had volunteered. I will be giving the plasma. There are many cases when these Muslims have come out and openly supported the Hindu families. There are cases in Punjab where they did a Kanyadan for a Hindu family. They had given arthi to the different to the Hindus who died because their family were not coming forward. So that shows the ill intention of the government.
Also talking about media, sir, being a journalism student, what a normal layman sees, like people are obviously very irritated because of media. They are saying that they are in fact renaming media as Modiya these days. They are saying that media has been, getting off the track of journalism and, turning as a PR of the government. Now, I am a journalism student. It does not suit so well to my ears as well. What's your take on this? Because you have been a journalist. And
you have said it. What should I say? What should I add on this? I think they have completely lost it. They are not doing journalism. They have become the extended arm of the government, and they are spreading all kinds of propaganda what the government wants to do. They have no guts to criticize the government. They have no guts to ask questions to the government. The fundamental job of a journalist is to ask questions. If you stop asking questions, that means you are not a journalist.
But then we see that the media has been very extreme. Like either they are extremely against the government or extremely in favor of the government. Like there are various channels on this. I shouldn't be naming the channels, but in channels like NDTV, they show nothing which a positive point of the government. In fact, journalists from NDTV, they say that they are not anti-government, but then they don't support the government's any policies. Whereas on the other hand, if we talk about CAA thing, different channels showed a different angle to the whole story. If we talk about Aaj Tak covered the whole thing from another angle, whereas NDTV covered it from a different angle. Doordarshan was totally different. So what's your take on this? Because apparently it is less of journalism, more of manipulation game going, because a man will be riding the horns of dilemma if you see 3 different channels and 3 different stories of the same thing.
No, see, the problem is not that 3 different channels are showing the 3 different angles of the story, 3 different versions of the story. If there are as many channels, there will be as many opinions and as many versions. I have no quarrel with that. It's not that this is first time it is happening. The problem the problem lies when? The problem lies when you shut your eyes and you stop asking questions. When you don't ask questions, when you don't, because the democracy is all about making your government accountable, making your government responsible for your deeds. If you stop asking questions, that means you are not making your government accountable. And that is where the problem lies. Most of the channel today, if they are called the Godi media or the Modi media, whatever, it is because they only target opposition leaders, they only target opposition political parties, and they have no guts. They don't ask questions to the government, they don't ask questions to the Prime Minister, they don't ask questions to the Home Minister. They are so scared and they are so politically gullible. Problem is there. When you start manipulating facts, journalism is all about putting facts in the right perspective. Journalism is all about not to manipulate facts. Today, these people are manipulating facts. They are creating false narrative. They are creating false propaganda, and they are selling it like a product of journalism. So that's the problem. I have no problem. NDTV is saying a different thing. Aaj Tak is saying different thing. Let them say as many channels. As they are an individual in the country, there will be as many versions. But you be honest to yourself. Don't be pressurized. Don't be a propagandist for the government.
Also, sir, if you talk about like you were a journalist and later you joined Aam Aadmi Party, so you have seen various oppositions of like Congress and BJP. They were saying that when you were on the channel as well, you were supporting the party, and being a journalist, you shouldn't be doing that because journalists should be unbiased. Whereas they have been always blaming you that you should be like you have been quite biased towards Aam Aadmi Party. Also, opposition these days, like a few days back, they were blaming Mr. Justice Gogoi for the same thing, because like as people have been doubting your journalism after you joined Aam Aadmi Party, they have been judging Mr. Gogoi's decisions, be it on Ram Mandir and everything. Like they've been saying that it has like he has always favored the BJP. What do you say? What's your say on this?
See, if anybody blaming me or criticizing me, I have no problems with that. It's a matter of fact that I was in journalism and then I joined politics. So if anybody says that I'm favoring a political party, they are completely within their right to criticize me.
Because apparently I think every journalist has their particular view as well.
I have no problem with that. See, I can't erase my past and I can't lie about it. The fact is that I was with the political party. The only thing is whether I am true to myself or not. That is important. If I am honest to myself, if I am honest to my soul, that is important for me. I know that I am honest to myself and I am honest to what I am doing. See, so if people want to have an opinion about me, they should have an opinion about me. It is their democratic right. Problem lies where? Why the people are questioning Justice Ranjan Gogoi? Because just after retiring as a Supreme Court Chief Justice, he immediately accepted nomination by the government. Obviously, the people will link these two, and they will reach to some kind of conclusion. They'll say unless you had been they have obliged the government. That is why you have been. The government is obliging you.
But then he
so they should have. At least I'm not saying that a retired Chief Justice or the retired Justice should not join politics. but there should be certain time frame period. There should be certain time. There should be certain cooling time. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. If you immediately join, no government, I can tell you from my experience, if I am critical to a government will not oblige me. Government will oblige me only when I would have done some favor to them. It's very straightforward. So I forget about that. Even if I had not favored or somebody had not favored, people will reach to wrong conclusions. So why let people have a wrong conclusions about yourself?
But then apparently he says that it's his personal life because he retired, he can do anything.
But there are certain universal values you have to follow. The institutions are more important than you. You had been a Chief Justice of India. If just after retiring you join politics, become a Rajya Sabha member, people will draw conclusions. Whether he did it, he did not do it, that's a different thing. But there are certain norms which has to be followed.
Okay. So wrapping up this conversation, sir, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Just a small message for our audience, especially the students.
No, as I can only say that as a young student or journalist, don't be swayed by whatever you are told. Any information and any narrative which is given to you, critically analyze, reach to your own conclusion, be honest to yourself. If you are not honest to yourself, if you are not critical of the government, you are not a journalist. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.